Hi, my name is Larry Marigolano. I'm the creator of the compression training system for brass and woodwind instruments. The important thing about brass playing is that it's a muscular exercise. Without muscle tone, without muscle strength, without muscle coordination, we have nothing. Our tone production relies upon the strength of our muscles and the strength of the muscular coordination. If you'll take a look at the actual muscles of the face, you'll see all around the lips are several different muscles. I can't name them all. I use them on a daily basis. But you'll see this proves the face is built of muscle. How we use that muscle is really important. Now, you've heard so many things in the past. Keep your corners firm, keep your chin flat, don't puff your cheeks. In actual fact, this dogma is incorrect. I know a lot of you out there saying, what? That's all I've ever heard. Corners tight. The reason why it's incorrect is because it causes predetermined tension in the muscles of the face. Predetermined tension locks the muscle fibers into place so that they can't move in and out. To play correctly, you should let the air, and more directly, the compression of air, let the air dictate the tension in the muscles of the face. If you allow the air and the compression of air to dictate the tension in the muscles of the embouchure, the muscle fibers move freely and relaxed, and they're able to work against the tension, thus they're able to develop. If you tighten everything up prior to playing, there's no way that they can react to the tension of the air, and the air can't dictate the tension, and you can only grow so far because you've already tightened everything up. So this is a very relaxed way of playing. It becomes a very efficient way of playing because it relies on the strength of the air stream. Believe it or not, we do not buzz a brass instrument. We blow air past an aligned vibrating surface. Once the alignment is there, we blow air through and we get a tone production. It's just easy as that. The stronger the air behind it, the higher the note, the more tension it becomes in the embouchure. But it's very relaxed because the air, or more importantly, the compression of air, dictates the tension while we're playing. So it becomes very open and relaxed. That's the way it should be. I want to show you a couple of examples of some very great players and how they're using the muscles of the face. Let's first look at our friend Arturo Sandoval. What do you see here? Check this out. What's going on here? Is his cheeks held in, or are they puffed up? Well, they're not puffed up, but what's happening is those are compressed air pockets. And he's pushing that air forward through the vibrating alignment, through the vibrating aperture. And so the muscles are free to go with the tension. Let's look at the next one. Okay, my friend Wayne Bergeron. What's happening here? Is he puffing his cheeks? I don't think he's puffing his cheeks. What he's doing is compressing air forward through the vibrating aperture. Let's look at one more here. Mr. John Faddis. Forgive the pixelated photo, but you can see clearly that he's compressing air forward. Let's look at the master, Maynard Ferguson. What's going on here when he's in the upper register? Look at all this. Those are muscles contracting forward as he's compressing the air forward with the muscles of the face. So let me just tell you, let me give you one more example. Let's look at Rafael Mendez. You've all heard his perpetual motion. He goes on for 4 or 5 minutes without taking a breath. How is he able to continue that beautiful tone, that beautiful articulation without taking a breath? He's using the muscles of his face. He's compressing the air forward, and while he's compressing the air forward here, he's taking a breath through his nose. But he's maintaining the tone and the compression with the muscles of the face. I maintain that we use the players that are playing efficiently, like the ones we've just seen, we're playing that way 100% of the time. So we're using the intraoral cavity almost as a bellows to compress that air even farther. I'm going to show you one of my products here. This is the CTS valves. And I'm going to show you how I can just compress the air forward. Now this is just me using the intraoral compression. I'm not breathing. I'm not using any of the lungs. You can see I'm going quite far with it. This is me blowing without compressing with the face. You see I can't get that far. Now this is me using both together. Look how far I go. Much farther. So using the muscles of the face to compress along with the coordination of the compression of the lungs, you're able to bring that much more strength to your playing. So how do you develop that? Well, that's why I started my method here. The compression training system uses intraoral back pressure and variable back pressure to stimulate the muscles of the face. So with the compression training system, you get this meter and you put the mouthpiece in like this. And now we're not going to use any of the air from the lungs. We're only going to use the air as if we were spurting water out of our mouths like this. So I can breathe while I'm holding compression. Watch. You can see I'm not losing compression. So what we do is we learn to do lifts. I'll do 10 lifts in a row like that, and the muscles of the face are working in a marvelous way. So just like Maynard and the rest, we're able to work and demonstrate to a student how the muscles of the face should be working in the upper register. Just to show you, there's two ways of approaching the upper register. Strong arm pressure, which is negative energy, or you can use the compression of air from within the intraoral cavity to replace that negative energy. So without a whole lot of pressure involved, we can play in the upper register just using intraoral compression. By the way, I haven't played in about 3 weeks. I've been sick with COVID. All I've done is exercise with the CTS. But that just proved it. Without any pressure, I'm using intraoral compression to give you that strength to play that double high C. I can go even higher. Some days I'm up to a double G. Loud double high Cs, no pressure. I'm not gripping the horn. I'm just holding it flat, and it's only the amount of weight on my hand that is giving me any kind of pressure on the lips. So it just basically seals a hermetic seal there. Where do I get the energy? From the intraoral compression, intraoral cavity. It's all those muscles are working forward in a very relaxed manner. The air is dictating the tension, and I'm directing that air forward through the vibrating aperture. So we have the original kit. This is available on my website, and many retailers are picking it up. And then we have, as an accessory to it, the CTS valves, which gives us the same haptic feedback that we have when we're playing the trumpet. So it gives us the same feeling of playing. We're able to set the same aperture, the same angle of playing while we exercise. I'm working the muscles of my embouchure in a marvelous way there. Quietly, without bothering anybody, late at night. Another thing you can do with this is you can easily mimic the positive tension that you're going to get with doing some of your familiar exercises. For example, I'm going to do a 2-octave arpeggio virtually. The the same tension is applied as if I was doing C to high C. Now I'm going to do my Clarks, for example. So I can sit in front of my television set at 12 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to bother my downstairs neighbor. Nobody's going to hear me. I can even do articulation. And I do that long enough that my tongue gets actually fatigued, so I can actually work the muscles of the tongue as well. And the neat thing about this is you can do it anywhere, on a car, in a train, on a plane. You can do it while you're at work, even during a break. So that's the CTS valves. And this is an accessory to the original kit. So the valves do not come with the meter. So you have to buy the meter, excuse me, it's upside down. You have to buy the meter and then add it to the valves in order to get this working kit. So the third product that I've developed is one of the best. All I've done for the last 3 weeks is this while I was sick in bed. So this is the PCTS. And what it is, it's a little aperture tool here. So it gives you an approximation of the brass aperture with a millimeter on the end of it, so that we're able to activate the muscles with the variable back pressure of the meter. Now I hold that until I get a burn. And once I get the burn, I stop and I rest. Another thing you can do with it is actually put it behind the teeth and wrap your lips around this aperture point. And you can see all the right muscles are working. I'll do that while I'm watching the news or watching a movie at night, driving my car. I shouldn't say that because you don't want to be disturbed while you're driving a car. Being a passenger in a car is the way to go. Again, on the train, on an international flight, you're able to keep your chops in shape without touching your horn. So, like I said, I've not played my trumpet in 3 weeks. I think I sound pretty much in shape. So, this is the very first product that actually allows us to apply measured tension to the brass embouchure. We can see ourselves grow because we see how strong we are. For example, if you go to 60 tours 1 week, the next week you're probably going to be able to get up to 100 tours if you follow the program. Because the tension is measured, we're able to program our exercise just like professional body lifters do. We can utilize the science of progressive overload training. We can write down how far we go, and then we can use percentages of those maximums to work the muscles on a daily basis, just like a coach in a gym would give you. So that's what I've done here, is I've actually written out a program that has been successful to build embouchure muscular strength. And if you follow that program on a daily basis, following the different levels of percentages of your maximum strength, you will grow on a weekly basis. You will see the strength going up and up and up to the point where you'll be as strong as you ever need to be. It's the first product on the market that is able to give us all the buzzwords. It promises us range, endurance, and sound. And it does it in a scientific way that is proven. The results are proven. So it's the first product that actually gives us those promises. Thank you for listening.
Bye.